this is Hammer Striker here. Today we're going to talk to you about this Springfield XDm 3.8 compact chambered in 45. This is the match variant of the Springfield XD line, and the XDs are based on a Croatian gun named the HS-2000. These are made in Croatia, and Springfield has the licensing rights to have the manufacturer bring them in under the XD series. There are a series of very well constructed, very popular striker fired pistols. So first we'll show you that this gun is unloaded, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. The differences between the XD and the XDm that make this the match grade version is a match grade standard rifling barrel. It has interchangeable back straps. There's 3 of them that come with it. It has very aggressive but not sharp or hurtful checkering. It's very good, easy to grip checkering, but it doesn't hurt your hand at all. And the slide serrations are a little more aggressive on the XDm series to facilitate, press check or even cycling from the front if you wanted to. The safeties on this are similar to the other safeties you've come to be used to on the striker fired guns. It does have the split trigger like the Glocks. It's part of the drop safety. It does have the striker block drop safety, and it is a drop safe weapon. It additionally has a grip safety, and these can be a little bit contentious. They're similar to the ones that are on the 1911s. One of the things about this one is the spring tension on it is relatively light, so it's very easy to depress, and it's smooth. So when it is fully depressed, it sits flush and doesn't bite into your hand at all. So once you have a proper firing grip, it depresses itself, doesn't bite into your hand or in any way disturb you. So it's one of those things you can pretty much just forget it's there. When you pick the gun up and are prepared to fire it, it's disengaged and it's ready to go. One thing that you'll need to know about it though is it does lock the slide. So if it's in a disengaged state, you can't pull the slide back. When it's engaged, you can easily pull the slide back. So you want to make sure that when you go to pull the slide back, you either get it in a firing grip or hold it with your thumb to cycle the slide. It does come with a 9-round factory magazine, and the magazines are stainless steel. Very well constructed solid magazines with a plastic base plate. And there's also an optional 13-round magazine available for it with a removable grip sleeve. And this grip sleeve is among the better constructed grip sleeves I've encountered. It's sized to match the back strap. So you buy the grip sleeve in the size that matches the back strap, and when you put it into the gun, it makes a nice, smooth, even transition and has the extension sleeve match the grip. So what you have here is the luxury of a compact weapon that is really targeting the concealed carry market, that can easily, with simple addition of an extended mag and a sleeve, be converted to a full-size weapon for range and competition. I have not once been pinched by this. It's very well constructed, and the gap is designed in such a way that it doesn't grab your skin. So it's very comfortable to shoot. The dimensions on this particular one, of course, it's targeting the concealed carry market. So like I mentioned, it has a 3.8-inch barrel. It's 6.9 inches in length. And with the flush mount magazine in it, it's 4.75 inches from the bottom of the magazine to the top of the slide. When you put in the extended magazine, it adds 1 inch to the height. And the slide is 1.26 inches thick at the base. And then it tapers up a little bit at the top. The gun is well rounded and tapered and deburred for concealed carry. There's nothing on it to snag. All the controls are well flushed and rounded, so nothing hooks on anything when you're holstering it, unholstering it, and working with it. The sights on it from the factory, now this particular one has a Laserlyte laser sight added to it, which has the U-dot format similar to the Glocks. But I do happen to have a 3.8 version in 9mm, which is currently unloaded. So I can show you what the original factory sights look like. They're a 3-dot format. They're very easy to see, very clear, not quite as easy to see as the U-dots. And you can see that they are ramped sights so that they won't snag going in and out of a holster. Both the front and the rear sights are ramped for easy holstering. And the sights are dovetailed and replaceable and also adjustable for windage. So going back to the 45, let me show you how to take it down. Takedown on this is actually very straightforward, though it's a little bit different than the Glocks and Walthers and some of the others in this range. What you do is lock the slide back, and of course verify that it's unloaded, and leave it locked back. You raise this lever up to the up position, and then unlock the slide and slide it off. On the XDMs, you do not pull the trigger. Now remember that the slide's under tension, so you want to hold on to it when you hit the slide release, but you grab a hold of it and it slides right off. At this point, you have a very well constructed polymer frame with fairly long steel rails at the front and very nice polymer rails at the back. Let you see a little bit of the inside of it. Very typical polymer frame construction, but very well done. On the slide is very similar to most other striker fire designs. It has a captive dual recoil spring. The guide rod is steel, and this spring assembly is actually fairly heavy compared to many of them, which does add a little bit of muzzle weight and probably contributes to the fact that this gun handles recoil as well as it does. Very solid, well-constructed barrel with a polished feed ramp. The XDM series comes with a polished feed ramp, and it's polished to a mirror shine. This gun has been very well functioning. We haven't had a single ammo sensitivity issue with it. It eats anything we put in it, from the cheapest white box all the way up to the high-end HST self-defense ammo. The slide does have the striker block, as I mentioned earlier, right here. And this is actuated by a projection on the trigger bar. As you're pulling the trigger, pushes it down and allows the striker to hit. It has a very robust ramp for feeding the next round. And probably the easiest way to show you would be from the back. You can see that the guide slots are very thick. It's a very large, thick guide rail, which really will add to the stability and longevity of this. Overall, it's a very well constructed, solid gun, and I'll show you how to reassemble it. So you drop the barrel back in, put the guide rod back in with the large side facing the front. A little bit difficult to do it and still try to show you. There's a little recess at the front of the barrel projection that it sits down into. I usually give it a little push just to make sure it's seated. And then putting it back together is fairly easy. Just line it up with the guide rods. Slide it all the way back and lock the slide up. Now that you have it in this locked back position, just flip this lever back forward again and release the slide, and you're ready to operate. So let's talk about the trigger. The XDM series has a very, very nice trigger. So I'll show you how that works. You have a little bit of take up, and it's very smooth take up. There's no grit, no stacking, it just smoothly takes up. And then a very crisp break. An audible reset, and very crisp break again. It's a very stable, very reliable, and repeatable trigger. Makes for very nice range shooting, match competition, or in a self-defense scenario, follow-up shots while staying on target very well. Overall, this gun has been a pleasure, and I think you would enjoy one if you wanted to pick one up. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and have a great day. Also, hang on for some more range footage. Thank you.